This is Timeform Radio.
Frankel utilises that turn of foot to devastating effect. What a brilliant horse!
Zenyatta! What a performance! One we'll never forget. Looked impossible.
He's giving the Queenslanders everything they want. Black Caviar!
Formidable Zarkava qui va s'imposer dans un arc de triomphe exceptionnel.
Rocket Man in front, and he's done it this year. Rocket Man wins the Golden Shaheen.
And coming up on the programme today, we have got a star-studded cast as we go big for the Breeders' Cup. Not one but two Hall of Fame jockeys join us. Mike Smith and Kent Dzormo are on board. And if that wasn't enough, Corey Nakatani is with us. And they'll all be discussing their mounts coming up and what exactly the Breeders' Cup means to them. We'll be hearing from ex-UK trainer, now based in the States. That's Simon Callaghan. And he's got a big runner going in one of the key races. We'll be getting the Timeform view with Simon Rowlands, figures-wise. He'll tell us exactly what to look out for. And Graham Cunningham, a regular guest with me on the podcast, but he's the lucky one. He's gone out to the States and he is trackside at Churchill Downs and he'll be giving us the latest. That's all coming up. Loads to look forward to. Full coverage will be live on Timeform Radio over the Friday and the Saturday. And we've also got some news from South Africa with Andrew Riddell. But first, the news headlines. And we start with news from Australia, and the running of the 151st Melbourne Cup saw a strong European challenge produce the goods as French raider Dudman, ridden by last-minute standing Christophe Lemaire, pit Ed Dunlop's Red Cadeau by the narrowest of margins in a photo finish. European-trained horses filled out 6 of the first 7 places in the race, leaving local pundits scratching their heads, wondering where their next winner of the big race will come from. And on to America. The runners and riders, media and fans began to assemble at Kentucky's Churchill Downs this week as the eyes of the racing world fell on the weekend's Breeders' Cup World Championships. European racing fans will be hoping that French mare Goldakova can break new ground by winning the TVG Breeders' Cup Mile for a 4th consecutive time. But American fans will have plenty to cheer too, with a resurgent Uncle Mo set to bid for the big prize after Connections opted for a tilt at the Breeders' Cup Classic. Whatever happens, it's sure to be a weekend to remember, and you can hear every championship race live on Timeform Radio. So once again, a huge week in store racing-wise, as it will be in Australia. Timeform Australia's Gary Crisp will be part of a Friday edition of the Timeform Radio Global Racing Podcast, and he'll be looking to the Oaks at Flemington, the VRC Oaks, as well as key races elsewhere. Queen Elizabeth Stakes, Bauer could be going in that, and also we have the Emirates Stakes, the Group 1 at Flemington. That's the feature over 1,600 metres. And Gary Fresham tipping up Dunedin in the Melbourne Cup at a good price as well, just above $8.60. He'll be giving us the latest Timeform ratings on that special edition on Friday of the Timeform Radio Global Racing Podcast. And we'll be taking a look ahead to Saturday's card at the Breeders' Cup. So, with Australia, American racing, all to look forward to, let's move on to South African action. And Betfair's Andrew Riddell spoke to Tim Peters this week and began by explaining this is a really busy time in the South African calendar.
Season is coming to a culmination in Gauteng and then moving on to Cape Town. And we've got some really, really interesting races coming up, starting this weekend at Kenilworth and at Turffontein.
As you say, Andrew, it is a busy Saturday coming up, and it's not just one meeting, it's 2, isn't it? Turffontein and Kenilworth. Let's take Turffontein first.
Certainly. Big meeting at Turffontein. It's a Grade 2 race over a mile with some of the protagonists for the Summer Cup, which is happening on the 26th of November, taking part. 3 of the runners that I've just had a look at. A couple of the runners, Dance with the Devil, who's currently about 3rd or 4th favourite for the Summer Cup, taking it on the mile. Pure Jordan, the favourite for the Summer Cup currently, a horse called Black Wing. For a change, Mark de Kock has got 5 runners. He's got a horse called Kavanaugh running. The jockey-elect Anthony Delpech has chosen to ride him. He's got a filly entered called Welwichia, 4-year-old by Oasis Dream. We've got an outstanding chance. She beat Dance with the Devil last time by 2-3 lengths. She might be favourite, and I think just having a brief look at the form, she must have a big chance on Saturday. There's a horse called Blackwing from the Gadsby Yard. A lot of these prep runs, as I said, for the Summer Cup, which is happening on the 26th of November.
Yeah, clues will be taken, won't they, from Saturday's race at Turffontein, that Grade 2. We've also got a great Grade 2 taking place at Kenilworth over 7 furlongs for the fillies and the mares. What can you tell us about this, Andrew?
Yes, looks like a straight